these are my funny, but, so yeah, that was, I mean, I needed to do something constructive, and so yeah, instead of buying a model, that's, decided to do that, and I did that last year, but they probably haven't even gotten rid of the ones from last year, but I needed to do something. And then, hold on, made their menu. We just had this little Xerox copy, black and white. It's like, no, man, your pizza's the bomb. God. But anyway, so this is what I had to do to keep busy. So I don't know if that got pressed on my heart, but that was probably just me going, I got to do something. And what else was, this file was kind of prophetic. So we got the menu, did the menu. Oh, and then she was the only one that's ever taken interest. I told you that I knew Marathon had the artificial reef story because she was interested in me working on this, so I sent her some history to it. But again, they're the only people that talk to me anymore. People are like, yeah, I wonder why. But, you know, if you take an interest, it's like, okay, I'll return. It's like, never do that again. And then this is in there, and I'm just going to, you know, so that's where we're at, you know, just saying overall. So there's a little urgency to get things done because, yeah, this baby's cooking. This is what's going on. And because this will only get stuck into this little obscure video that, you know, I can do the old, the devil just shows everyone. It says, well, if you weren't paying attention, I showed you what was going on. Well, I'm doing the exact same thing. So this is what I've got because it was self-diagnosed, but they're like, yeah, but we don't want to put that. And I'm not going to read it because you can read it. But the causes or the cases, that's what I want to show. Oh, the causes into three main groups. Chemically induced, was it myelogram or the, well, it could. I've had at least 8 to a dozen injections. The myelogram, I think they've done a myelogram, but with MRI scans. So this is why, oh my gosh, I'm a candidate for that. Then epidural anesthetic, yep. Back surgeries, that's what they do. So that's a yes. Agent is, I don't think they've done that, but they might have. When I had that leaky spinal fluid, they might have used this. Because, which breaks down disc material that has leaked into a disc herniation. They could have. No, not chemo. But then mechanically induced. This is where it's like, oh my gosh, how could I not? Spinal surgery, well, 5. Trauma, yeah. It turns out I got an MRI, and the doctor goes, when did you break your back? I've got a broken back, like S1. It's on the MRI. I'll show that. But it's like, you've got to crush it with it. Called it a, oh, what do they call it? But, you know, if you lift your head up too fast and you hit the ceiling, like if you're jumping on a trampoline but there's a ceiling above you and you whack, that's what I've got, a compression fracture. He goes, when did you do that? And I don't know. It was the last time I went skiing. Oh, see, that's a whole nother thing. But I wore, oh, God, squirrel. I wore my foul weather gear because I didn't have any winter coats the last time I went skiing out west. And I wiped out and I rolled over on my back. But then your back and the foul weather gear, you become ice on ice. And I went careening down the hill, took out these guys bowling pin style. I ended up breaking the guy's arm because when we collected our thoughts and went down in the parking lot and had our beer, the paramedics show up and we were the last run on that hill. And when I left, the guy was saying, "You broke my wrist," because I was flying out of control. But these guys, I feel bad, or I felt bad, but if you park yourself on the underside of a jumpy area and you guys are getting stoned, because this was the last run of the day, these guys were in the middle, blind to the people coming down the hill. And so when I wiped up here, I was sliding down, but I barreled into them. They were parked out in the middle of the run. So, yeah, they didn't see Flaming Red come down the hill at 90 miles an hour, but sorry, casualties of war, you parked yourself getting stoned. So I felt bad. That's the only time there's ever been an injury like that. But I think I broke the guy's wrist, because he got up, he goes, "You broke my wrist." My skis right into the yard sale all over the place, and the gal that I was skiing with, I go back and get my stuff, because those guys are going to beat me up. I think it was Tony Covington. Anyway, but going back, so yeah, I had a broken back, and then there's another area where there's like a little hairline fracture. I don't know how it got there. So multiple lumbar puncture, yeah. Spinal stenosis, yeah. Serious. They write serious. That's not good. Spinal stenosis, yeah. I'll show the MRIs. We'll do that real quick. So yeah, this is kind of funny. So I wrote these guys. These guys have websites or YouTube channels, and so I wrote them saying, "I've got a testimony. I don't want to give it. I just want you to read the letter." Never heard back from them. And find out when the date was. Let's just find out when the date is. Like that. But yeah, I wrote the guy and kind of spelled it all out and said, "Look, this is my story. This is part of my story." I just want to see when I did this. Created and last done. So yeah, see? That's today because I accessed it, but this is around the end of the year. It's like, I got to get my testimony, but I don't know how to do it. So I tried to do it my way. God said, "Nope, we're not going to do it that way." Told these guys, said, "Nah, ignore that guy. He's a liar." Or my family called him up and said, "He just makes this stuff up. You don't want to get involved with him." Not why we came here. Because my MRI. Oh my God, there's buckfire. Oh, these are all the attorneys I wrote when I was trying to get justice, Department of Justice, MRI history. Put them down. So here's the MRI. This is an old one. Look at that. Service date 2010. This is where he has the broken back. So it's like blah 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 blah. Stenosis, moderate. Yeah, we'll get you. I want to trump that little moderate. We'll show you what way it's done. Yeah, here we go. Guy told me it was a fracture. No evidence of cord contact. That doesn't sound good, but it could be. It's what happens when you quit med school halfway through. And I quit med school halfway through, but anyway. Plus here, it's like one of these contain protrusion. We're not talking about small problems. Anyway, so that was an MRI. Disc desiccation. Fat planes. Yeah. You can see it. You can tell. Here, question prior C6. Oh, it's in my neck. It's a fracture. Question prior 6 feet lamina. Whatever. But yeah, there's when my neck is starting to cook. Most here, this is where they did a fusion. Spasm. But hold on, it gets better. More fat planes. Chronic. Here, this is when they diagnosed it. They said something's sky isn't right. Possibility of chronic arachnoiditis cannot be excluded. No, it can't in 2010. So, anyway, so that's 2010. We'll do updates, but I don't want to do that now. It's not the reason for this. I don't even know why we started it. I got to stop. So it's due to this. This is where I was. So yeah, so I've got all these surgeries and trauma and drama and trauma and this childhood terrible. I'm not making light of it. I'm over it. It's not that I ever used it, but no one can use that excuse. You gotta get over that stuff. But yeah, and then infection. I've had all these allergic reactions that go on. Not meningitis, but the herpes simplex. That wasn't the reason. So here we get into symptoms. This is one and done. I'm not complaining. It's just status quo. Blah, 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 blah. Remember that symptoms experienced are common to various chronic illnesses and may well arise secondary to the general debility occasioned by unrelieved pain and stress resulting from dealing with illness that is relentless for years on end. Oh, University of Michigan, run me through a battery of, is it rheumatoid arthritis? Is it meningitis? Is it, what else? Oh, they're just doing this battery of tests to Social Security. They're not going to do any more surgery. Too many people have their autograph on my back and neck. So they're not going to go in there and chop up and take responsibility. So they're just going to run me through diagnostics and these are quotes. Just because it looks bad on film doesn't mean it's bad. Oh. So it's like, when you start showing symptoms, then we'll talk about surgery or something. Okay, how about not being able to move and physical therapy because legs are numb and not falling down, but well, that's, you need to give PT a chance. Oh, you guys. Anyway. So, yeah, I'm just going to do this. Absolutely sleep. Not anymore, because I don't have any hours. It's like when I'm tired, crash. When I'm not tired, I get up. Weakness? Well, I've had that since second grade. We're not going there. Muscle cramps, twitch, spasms, stiffness. Yeah. You lie horizontal for weeks on end and you go outside the front door beyond 4 blocks only once a month. Kind of get stiff. The morning stretching exercises aren't like they used to be. Fatigue. Well, whatever. Joint pains. Duh. Balance difficulty. Well, yeah, that used to be like, well, yeah, a little bit of wine will do that, but not anymore. But, not. Well, actually, I did wipe out when things were bad a couple of years ago. See, that's the thing is, this arachnoiditis, and it's adhesive, it just can't be regular arachnoiditis. Like I have this fear of spiders, or I got this tarantula that I'm afraid of. But this arachnoid, that's why God's got to give you something that's really serious. But then he gives it a funny name. It's like if I had butt cancer. It's like, and I'm not making fun of butt cancer, but, that's the way I thought I was going to go. It's like God's going to do that. It's like, well, what happened to him? Well, anyway. But, so he gives me chronic arachnoid arthritis. Arachnoiditis. And so it's got a name, sounds like I'm deathly afraid of spiders. They're, wrapped in duct tape or something. Because it's adhesive arachnoiditis. Oh my gosh. I hope you're getting your jollies, big guy. No, it's all good. But, yeah, so I wiped out and I banged my head on the rim of the toilet and I had this gash in my head. And it was one of those where I should have gone to the ER to get stitched up. Oh, it was a 5 or 6 stitcher, no problem. But then I couldn't get myself over there. I couldn't get myself to do that. One, because I'm too cheap. There's no way I'd do an ambulance. But I couldn't walk that far. I mean, a bus. I have to go backwards to go there. I couldn't get myself to the ER to get stitched up. And then it was like, if I get there, they're going to know how bad I am otherwise. So yeah, and then I go, you know, finally this gash is healing, and I finally have to go to the med review. Doctor goes, what happened there? Bar brawl, you know. Just guy walked in my territory and started hitting on my old lady, and I had to say, don't let the little gray hairs fool you. I don't have gray hairs, but... So he goes, yeah, you should have gone to the ER, dude. So, loss of mobility. Well, yeah, that's what's called 100%, 98% sedentary. No, yeah, that's applicable. God. Increased sweating. You get a little hot sweats, but it might be menopause. Anyway. Heat intolerance. Well, I always have had that. Dry eyes. Yeah, that's a new surprise. Little dry eyes, wake up, blink, blink, blink. Oh, what? They got weight gain? No, the opposite. So yeah, I just want to show it. And then I'll say one more thing. I can cut this out, but thyroid. This is what. Okay, so this will be 30 seconds out of all these videos. Has likened the of experience. But with, yeah. But it's all good. It's all good. We've got it covered. He does. But anyway, it's all good. So yeah. So then the diagnosis, well, deal with it. That's all you got to do. I've had that diagnosis. No, I haven't had that. But yeah, it's like... varying from 25 to 40% of all spinal surgery cases. Well, let's ump the odds on that by having 5. I don't know. That doesn't apply. Even if it did, it's just like you're piling on. Just come on. So it's like, yeah, then you read about this, and it's like, wow, that's cheery. Medication. Well, you know, all I've got is my little daddy's little helper and a little supplement to boost those through, and we're good. It's all good. Don't talk about psychological. No. It's all taken care of. Big guy's got it all taken care of. No. Baclofen, you're in there. No. We don't need you anymore. We've got the little kitty cocktail for you. But, and this is the other thing is, and I got to wrap this up. But the doc, he's kind of pushing, or he's not pushing, but he's pushing marijuana, and I don't want to do that dopey stuff. But he's saying consider it. Just consider it. And I haven't smoked dope in my life, which is a lie, but it's the truth. But I've been around marijuana. I love the smell of it. Absolutely love the smell. I don't know if it triggers memories or, well, it does. But love the smell, and this is why I never smoked it. Because I would love it. I would, and this goes back to why I didn't go to Wisconsin, but that's not here nor now. But the doc says consider it, and I won't do it because I've got the opioids under control. I know I won't abuse them. But if I get the okay on medical marijuana, oh, God help me. God help me on that one, because I would abuse it. I remember Bill Mager's room, and oh my God. It was like, this is too much fun. Oh, then no, it's not that Cool John was, but Cooler John got to be Cooler John. Because I think he had a bad back. So did Jimmy. No, I'm kidding. Those guys had it they were prescribed. No. Anyway, I should say that. I don't know if they did. I don't know. I never saw them. I never saw any of them do that. Not around me, at least. So, anyway, but yeah, so that's this. This is it. I'm not going to say it anymore. But, gotta go. I've got a little time left, so I'll finish up my review. That'll be done. So last time I got toner was wrap up this project with Andrew. and then the magnets, and there's, so I was stealing or nabbing the vacuum cleaner out of the storage area downstairs, and not stealing it, just come upstairs, vacuum, and put it back downstairs. And it turns out I want to be legit, so I asked the maintenance guy if it's okay to take it. Then he said no, so I couldn't go sneak in and try and do it anymore, so I had to do that. And then, so that's my little micro vacuum cleaner. What else? Paper. Yeah, so I keep kicking the cable because the computer, it's like limbo, playing limbo with all these cords back here. Lost Tribe, because, you know, going back to the, you know, the tribe, the Lost Tribes America, and just do your reading, people. You figure it out. All the answers are there. But the Lost Tribes, it's interesting. Not saying what is or isn't, but that's interesting. And then here's the Mr. Dummy. So when Andrew, this is 16. This is when I started hooking up with Andrew with the tabernacle thing. He goes, well, you're a structural engineer. I need someone to do, you know, a peer review of my calcs. I'm like, oh, just because I have the credentials doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. But I didn't have a calculator, so I had to get a little calculator. It's like TI. I never bought a TI before, but I had to get a TI. And we'll go through the computer stuff or the calculator stuff. But then we got the Cephas. Then you find out this guy's got questionable, so take it with a grain of salt. Not saying what is or isn't. What else do we have? Oh yeah, so I'm doing this review, and it's like, oh, I can't do it, you know, without my little engineering utensils. So I had to get these. Oh my God, just to check some calcs. And then I thought, and I ended up with 3 of these. Because I bought one, and then I tried to return it. Then it was like, oh, it's cheaper here, and I need it right away. So I ended up not depleting. See, I had to get engineering paper for it. Oh, God, that's how bad I am. I can't rewire this stuff. So I'm doing this review and checking numbers, and it's like, I can't do it by hand. I can't use the laptop. And I need engineering paper. There's just some stuff you can't, once you rewire it, you can't fix it. God didn't do that. God didn't say you need little templates and calculators. I'll teach you how to do it. Oh, it's hard being this person. And yeah, got this tavern. This is funny. So I got involved with Andrew. And, okay, we'll just do Andrew real quick. We'll wrap up. Yeah, I won't be able to get through all this, but yeah, so this is the stuff with Andrew that he did his exegesis and came up with. I've got a better picture of that, but that's how the tabernacle looked like. But when I was doing this, I got the model. I had to get this $50 model to work on. There you go. It's like, well, people, I don't think that's it, because Andrew has come up with something that's absolutely phenomenal that makes way more sense. So Andrew came up with this, and then this guy's been trying to get word out on the whole, it's Project Betziel, that, and so we made these flyers and sent them all to these kabod, I'm saying it wrong, but kabods and different synagogues and stuff, and just trying to get the promotion out there. But this guy's done absolutely phenomenal job on this. Can't get it all in here. Hold on. He has 50 of these drawings, and I mean, this guy went to town on, see, he got the little idea at his staff meeting in the morning, and he ran with it like there's no tomorrow. And yeah, people, you tie his concept in with this, the Holy of Holies is up here, But anyway, so the way the sun projects on the Earth, people, yep, you explain that and do away with what, you know, your little spinning globe and, you know, 93 million mile an hour sun and or miles away sun. Anyway, it's just, you know, the answers are there. People just don't want to know what they are. But yeah, this was... See, I can't even explain things without drawing them out. You got the forces, you got to do this. And Andrew, am I understanding things right? So, but yeah, we'll have to do a whole thing on Andrew's stuff. But yeah, so that was why I ordered that model. But now I've got it. Now I got to do a part 2 on this. But yeah, people. Yeah, just, you know,